Guys, be smart. Kick the habit. Put it out before it puts you out. We've heard these phrases 100 times, but the habit can be hard to kick. Our sponsor, Fume, is here to help. Fume is a natural diffusive device with an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic ink cap. Their new version 2 model is snappy and tactile. Your fingers will always have something to do. Fume's had thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who found success when other solutions didn't work. Head to tryfume.com/Chael. Use the code Chael to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. The Journey Pack comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume to help kickstart your positive habits. That's tryfume, FUM.com. Use the code Chael. That's going to save you 10% off your entire order, or just click on the link below. Let's continue the game of Chael the Matchmaker. What would I do with Chimaev? And that's a very hard one to answer because I've never been clear on what weight class we're going. As a matter of fact, there was even legs to an interview 7 weeks ago between Chimaev and what they call him Poton. Why you guys, Alex Pierre, why are you calling him Poton, by the way? There was talk about them. And it went all the way to the set of Ariel Helwani's program. Alex is talking about Chimaev, and he said, I'll do it. I'm not giving him a title shot. He doesn't deserve one, and I'm not going to cut weight for him because I don't respect him. That's great. That's an incredible angle. He said, but so I'll do it. I'll do the fight. We'll just do it at 205 pounds. Be no belt, and I'm not going to sacrifice, but I will go fight him. I will do it at 205 pounds. I mean, it was this awesome angle, and I get how we probably don't need to go any further because that's just not going to happen. I understand that. But you still have the talk and the dialogue. And there's always a recipe, right? For whatever way you're doing it. If you're the promoter, there's a very specific formula that you follow. If you're the champion, there's a very specific formula. If you're a contender, now, and I can keep doing this for every single scenario. But if you are to spot in your contract, you're trying to make money. Whether you're renegotiating, whether you're entering free agency, whether you believe you should be given a main card spot, but that's not the placement they put you in. You always want to build something. You always want to have something that you can offer. And nobody ever does that. And I don't know why. I'm assuming they don't do it because they don't know that they're supposed to do it. If they knew they were supposed to do it, they don't know how to do it. Those are my assumptions. Let me give you a great example. We're talking about Chimaev, right? But I would use Chimaev to build a bridge to take you to not only Paulo Costa, but the situation that Paulo Costa is in. Paulo Costa, Francis Ngannou, very similar spot, which is the organization would like me to fight. I would like them to want me to fight even more. And I would like them to show that want in the form of a financial incentive. Okay. Like, that's pretty basic. Nobody has said anything complex or sophisticated yet, right? Like, I don't need the 12-foot board of NASA behind me and get up and write out these charts. Fighters want more money. Okay. Now, in the meanwhile of asking for it and trying to talk about what you've already done, and whenever you're talking about what you've already done, you are now on the path and you are on the ship that is sinking. That has never worked, that will never work, and it shouldn't. Not to mention the fact that you think it did. I just lost respect for you. Now we got a big problem. If we're negotiating and I don't respect you, we have a big problem. So if you try to tell me what your resume is, or you try to tell me how many guys you finished, in the past, as a way of doing a deal now, it's a problem. But let me suggest another approach for you, which is, I don't do the fight. I'm holding out. I'm on strike. I have one monetizable commodity, and that is my performance. So I'm going to withhold my performance. Very straightforward. Nothing sophisticated been said yet. But in the meanwhile, I am going to build something that the audience would like to see, that I could then put in your lap to show you, if you sign here, here's what I've already got for you. That will never not work. Now, you of course have some hurdles. You have to go out and find that thing that people think is interesting. But if you're asking the promoter to pay you more money because you have more value, if you're speaking the same language as the promoter, then you just told him, I have a commodity that I can monetize, which I understand is a match. I understand I have nothing but a match. But now you can look and you can assess the value, because look at what I've done with it. Look at what I've built it. The only thing that this monstrous idea doesn't have is me. It'll have me as soon as you sign that, right? But now you're talking the same language. Now you're not talking about, he'll let me sign you because of all these things you did. And then once I do that, once I have the burden, the obligation of having to pay you more money, I then got to go find something for you to do that the masses find interesting. Why didn't you go do that for him? Why didn't you bring that to him? It would be very obvious if you, in fact, are worth more and your next one should be more. You have to be able to answer the question, against who and what is it and why? Why? If you have no fight and I have to go make it, and then what? Then I got to go promote. Are you going to do anything aside from just show up? No. Okay, well, but this is show up money. This is what I have for a guy that just wants to show up. This is what I have for a guy that wants to participate. And I only bring that to you because I just think that Paulo Costa's awesome, but for a lot of reasons. I mean, he has a look. He has an intensity. He now has a sense of humor, which nobody knew 3 years he had. He has a certain charm. Right? He's got the Jesus juice, or what's he calling this bottle over here? He's got T-shirts that he can wear. He's got a smile. Remember what he did with Chimaev when he came in the room? Paulo Costa was minding his own business over here with Jake Shields. I mean, like, that was a piece of theater, and there was a confidence coming through Paulo Costa that you could absolutely not deny. Now, Paulo Costa later told us, I only had that confidence, and I didn't know what he was saying to me. I didn't know I was in trouble. I didn't know I was in danger. That's great stuff. Paulo checks a whole bunch of boxes. Paulo has to have an opponent out there. He has to have an angle. He has to have somebody that he can partner with that you guys want to see. And instead of sitting back and saying, I'm not going to do this, that is anti-promotion. That is called demotion. Not putting your name out there, not having an interest, not telling your story, not pushing towards something. It's called demotion. So instead of demoting yourself, let's promote yourself. Let's find that story. Let's find that opponent. Let's build that audience. Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou, it's very interesting that they would find each other. And there are times in life, I see it all the time, when you don't know what to do, somebody does nothing. And the person that did nothing, it all works out for him. Francis wanted to go and box. This is what we've been told. Okay? Fine. But he didn't build that boxing match. Like, if there's a carve out there and they get it done, there's not make one phone call to a boxing pro and it's done. He hasn't built a boxing match. And it looked like he was going to go down that road. He flew out there. It was across the pond. He got in the ring with Tyson. I mean, it looked as though he was going to go down that road, but he didn't do it. Wants more money for an MMA fight. He's had a year. He hasn't built an MMA fight. Meanwhile, you've got what looks like to be his partner. Jon Jones would like more money. So serious that he gave a belt back and walked away for 3 years, wants more money. But he didn't go out there and build a fight. Now, there is one. These two guys that did nothing, we will handle it. We will try to get them together. I have no idea what they're going to do after that. But they got one shot. They got one crack, and if we can get them together. Neither of them did anything, but we can bring them together, and it would be a big fight. It won't be 2 big fights, and damn sure there's not 3 out there. But there could be 1, and they both had the same opportunity, right? Jon had 3 years to build something, and he didn't. Francis had 12 months to build something, but he chose not to. And I don't want Paulo Costa to find that same fate. I don't want Paulo Costa to say, I want more, I want a bigger contract. But all of this time, he could be building something. You know who he could be building it with? Be building it with Chimaev. So you just found a partner right there. You just found a partner that's not going to let it slide. He's not going to let it ride. He's not going to look the other way, and he's not going to let it go. And when you're doing a battle in the media for nothing more than attention, that's the guy you need. Those two should have found each other. There was an organic moment caught on film at the PI that spilled over, led to the media that I'm still talking about to this day. They've got everything that everybody would want to have. They had it, and they did nothing with it. And that's just the truth. But that's a guy that if I'm sitting at a table with and I watch drop a ball, I'm going to have a hard time respecting, counting on, and adding comma to.